feeling a lot better now. We are leaving in the dark. We've got over 21 miles to do today, so we wanted to allow ourselves 12 hours for it, and we had to choose between leaving before sunrise or risking getting there after dark, and we thought the safer option was to leave early morning. The day started with a stiff climb out of the bridge of Orchy, but with every step it was getting lighter. About a mile and a half in, we stopped for breakfast. It was quite tough. It was all steeply uphill, so hopefully we'll get a little break from it for a while. But there are worse views to have your breakfast overlooking. This is where we originally wanted to stay last night, but they were full up. I think it would have been a better place to stay, but that's okay. Although it was steep, the old military road offered a great surface to walk on as we approached Rannoch Moor, the most remote section of the West Highland Way. I was feeling much more relaxed than on previous days. I'd put so much pressure on myself over the thought of quitting or failing. It's a toxic mentality, and the reason I usually hate the idea of these sort of challenges. You should walk because you like to walk, or run because you like to run, or whatever your thing is. It shouldn't be about how many miles you do or how fast you do them. I still had a bit of a dodgy tummy. As the Scots would say, I had a dose of the skitters, and I hadn't slept well all week. Being in a new room every night and being anxious about the next day's walk had been exhausting. But it was also the cause of my change of mood that day. While checking the map, I noted the location of different roads, and I'd given myself permission to stop at the halfway point today and get a taxi to the hotel. I'd then either have a longer 6th day or extend the walk into a 7th day. Walking across Rannoch Moor was breathtaking. All around you could hear the deer barking, and we were lucky enough to see one. And there were rainbows, and it was just magical. In no time we turned the corner and walked into the valley of Glencoe. This is probably the most iconic area of the entire route, and I'd say if you were thinking of doing only a short section of the way, this would be the one to do. We told ourselves that if we got to Glencoe before 3 PM, we'd continue the walk. If not, we'd call a cab. Apparently, I'd been walking much faster than I realised, because it was only 1 o'clock, so not only were we on track, we even had time to stop for lunch at the King's House Hotel. We're just starting the ascent of the Devil's Staircase, which is the highest point of the West Highland Way. Over the 96 miles of the West Highland Way, we will ascend a total of 10,351 feet. The Devil's Staircase is 1,800 feet tall. It was given its name because so many local men failed to return from the pub, succumbing to the steep hill, and the legend has it they were stolen by the devil. I've decided to rechristen the Devil's Staircase the Imp's Incline because honestly it was really easy to climb. I'd maybe go as far as to say it was the easiest climb of the route. Look at it. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I think it's just finally hit me that we're actually doing it. This is why we've put ourselves through everything. All of the training, all of the worry and the sleepless nights and all the planning, and for the last week, this is what it was for. As things flattened out, we were blessed with the most wondrous views. I knew at that moment I was going to make it. This weight lifted from my shoulders and something shifted in my mentality, and I believed for the first time that I could get through it. It was all downhill from here. What could go wrong? Turns out this is what could go wrong. Can I take this opportunity to say that Jo is a 5-star nurse? Highly recommend. For some reason I filmed this bit in time lapse, but you get to see how far we still had to go to get to our hostel. And this is how long it was taking me in real time. After what seemed like a lifetime, our hostel finally came into view, and a lovely old man on a bench gave me some bread. So, all in all, I'd call that a successful day. Join us tomorrow for the final day of the West Highland Way. It's the last time we're doing this.